My name's Bethan Johnson and I'm Senior Curator here at ACMI. Thank you for joining us to learn more about our upcoming exhibition Beings by international art and design collective UE. This is a vibrant and truly joyful exhibition which blends playful interactives and hypnotic visuals that mesmerize and enchant. Beings features 13 colourful artworks projected at cinematic scale that invite you to move, dance, and play with a cast of curious characters, all born from code. The artworks grow and change in real time, responding differently to each visitor. It's UE's largest international exhibition to date, and it will include the world premiere of 4 new artworks. We open on the 22nd of May to the 29th of September in Gallery 4 at ACMI. And today I'm just going to share a couple of highlights which I hope gives you a flavour for the type of show that you'll experience in the gallery. UE are a collective of media artists, experienced designers and future makers. They create life-affirming and positive artworks which invite you into a vibrant and playful world fueled by endless imagination and that are populated by captivating characters and fantastical creatures. UE was founded in 2004 by creative director Matt Pike. This was a time when computers and video software with better processing powers and graphics technology allowed creatives to experiment with new forms of media. Connected by an independent spirit and a kind of do-it-yourself approach to harnessing new technologies, UE created a new zeitgeist for digital-led projects that fused animation, motion and computer graphics, audiovisual installations and interactivity. Inspired by the frenetic energy of skateboarding and raves and fashion and music, this hybrid practice blurred the boundaries between art, design and commerce. UE began in Matt's studio in his garden in Sheffield in England, and UE now is a global network of architects, engineers, designers, cinematographers, animators, musicians and many, many more. They continue to move fluidly between galleries and concert stages, festivals and brand activations, but always with an audience-focused approach. They have exhibited their distinctive works around the world, from Seoul to New York, as well as collaborated with the likes of MTV, Radiohead, Coldplay and Apple, as well as the Sydney Opera House, the V&A and the Barbican. For over 20 years, UE have subverted cinematic CGI, physics simulations and real-time gaming graphics to produce these seamless sensory experiences that centre joy and curiosity and simplicity, but their exploration of movement and form and colour starts with a single hand-drawn line, and it proves that creativity begins with an idea, not just code or computing. First found in the pages of a sketchbook, UE's charming friends begin their lives as quick pencil sketches that hint at movement and personality. For the first time ever, these selection of concept drawings will be displayed here at ACMI alongside the final works. Here on screen you can see UE dreaming up of their now iconic artwork entitled Transfiguration. The rough outline of the figure morphs between organic textures like smoke and lava. And this is what the concept drawing became. Projected at over 5 meters here at ACMI, this colossal figure is accompanied by an evocative soundscape which brings him to life. Inspired by nature, human figures, and emotion, Yui's work explores themes around movement and choreography, form and colour, to create a world of friendly and hyperreal beings. They use emerging technologies as their tool and canvas to create soulful technology. And this is a term that Yui coined to articulate the digital experience that, beneath abstraction and high-gloss aesthetic, feels alive and empathetic. And this feeling is really at the heart of Yui's work. As you enter the gallery, you'll be welcomed by this set of dancing shapes called We Are All Unique. The geometric forms are transformed into lovable characters by simply adding black dots for eyes. This simple gesture reveals Yui's interest in anthropomorphism, and it's a theme that we revisit throughout the exhibition as Yui asks us to kind of search for the humanity in abstract forms and shapes. This exhibition includes 4 large-scale, multiplayer digital interactives. The more you move, the more exciting your reflection becomes on the screen. But for the shyer visitor, participation isn't a requirement. It's equally as pleasurable to view as a spectator. And here we see one of the interactives entitled Future You. You become one of 47,000 possible robot reflections. First starting as a primitive form, your reflection adapts to your movements and becomes more complex throughout its life cycle. Every interaction is unique. Trained in the movements of real people, Future You uses body tracking sensors to detect and interpret your movements. The data is processed through video game engine Unity, which randomly assigns different material qualities and things like color and textures to create a personalized character, especially for you. And through this work, Yui starts to ask questions like, what do we look like as robots? And where's the humanity in the mechanical? Premiering at ACMI, Symbiosis invites you to embody the microbiological form. This is a sneak peek into us testing the work during installation. You can see the 2 members of UE kind of dancing and testing in the front there. In this artwork, UE makes the miniature monumental, and I find it a really kind of meditative experience, one that encourages us to slow down and breathe and connect. Although computers and creative software are used to create the artworks, another important part of Yui's process is taking inspiration from nature. They speak about wanting to capture the poetic feeling of komburi, which is a Japanese word that describes the moment in early morning or late afternoon when the sunlight shines through the leaves. This unique soundscape captures field recordings from the rugged landscapes and forests of the Peak District, which is near Yui's home in England. On this slide, we see a work called Infinity, and you really have to kind of experience it here in the gallery live, because it is created live, meaning that each character is unique and is never repeated. It's a bold and colourful work that's really frenetic in energy as the characters run, hop, and stumble across the screen, each with its own kind of wild, hairy texture. These hypnotic beings are born from code through a process known as procedural generation. And it's a technique that we normally see used in things like video games to create animated characters or digital landscapes and textures, but all in real time. And Yui uses motion capture technology and CGI to create a suite of character models. They then establish a set of rules to determine how color, texture, and shape could be combined before an algorithm is programmed to randomly select the combinations. This generates an infinite variation in the characters that you meet on screen. UE see this creative process as a collaboration between humans and computers. And I think what's really fun about this method is that not even UE know who's going to appear on screen next. In another world premiere, Migrations places us amongst a mesmerizing procession of beautiful and surreal creatures. Projected over 10 meters at ACMI, viewing this work is a really kind of beautiful sensory experience, and it's really hypnotic. As the sun rises and sets, these wondrous creatures stomp, trot, and swoop across the landscape. They were created by adapting and animating motion capture data that tracks the movement styles of real-world animals, from elephants to ostriches, kangaroos to caterpillars. UE created over 50 kaleidoscopic animals, mixing and matching coats and furs from nature and other animals. Throughout their work, UE invites us to use our own imagination to craft our own narrative. These characters play between the familiar and the fantastical, and I'm always left wondering, kind of, are they the next step to animal evolution, or what do they eat, or where are they going? Behind every colourful character is UE's team of specialists from across the creative spectrum. Architects, engineers, designers, cinematographers, animators, musicians, and many, many more. They work as a nomadic network of independent creatives, so a bit more like a band, giving them a roster of talent to draw from and the freedom and flexibility to undertake self-initiated art projects. In an exclusive interview with key members of the collective, we go behind the scenes of UE's creative process as they discuss the importance of playfulness, probing the edges of technology, and also amplifying emotions. This film includes really amazing behind-the-scenes footage where you can see how the artworks are created, from translating motion capture data to testing out different textures, right through to answering critical questions such as how hairy is too hairy. As you can tell, you can't help but smile when you spend time in the world of UE and the world that they have created. So we're really looking forward to welcoming you and your students into the gallery. Thank you.